Namaste and welcome. This is a historical day. My eternal self is soon going to start a new office in Perth, Western Australia. In this last 1 year, the kind of support that I have received from my relatives, friends, and above all my clients, they are phenomenal. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. As a reward to your support, I'm starting a new talk show called My Eternal Self Talk Show. Every week, we will have a new guest. The guest has done some significant work in his own field. This is the first day, and I would like to invite Mr. Vishnu Jana. He is the founder of Anahat Vriksh Foundation. He has done a lot of work into psychic healing, psychic therapy, sound healing, crystal healing, and not only that, he has got so many recognitions in the field of NLP, hypnotherapy, and a lot more. So, my first guest today would be Vishnu Jana. Let us take a look at his work until he joins us.
Hi, Nishant, how are you? Long time.
Yeah, long time, Jana sir. How are you?
I'm
It's a
good. How
great,
about you?
great sharing the
Good to see
screen
you.
space. I have been waiting for this since long time.
Yeah, there's everything. There's a time, Everything there's a time.
Yeah. And so happy to
Yes, sir.
see you. Actually, we thought to start this talk show every week, and
Okay. Okay.
I'm happy. I'm honored to have you on the as my first guest. We are getting lots of questions from our audience and viewers, so I'm sure that you are
hmm
going to have answers for them. So
Hopefully, yes, because the my own journey, my own experiences with self and with the clients, that I was blessed to work with, have given me a lot of inputs.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
I
I'll be
know.
able to share my two words or two few thoughts about it as such.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So, viewers, let's welcome the psychic leader in his own field. If I go reading about his qualifications, I think it will take another 5 minutes. So excuse me, and let's welcome Vishnu Jana from Bangalore. Say something about yourself, sir, and then we'll take questions from whatever we have.
Okay. Shishi, the journey that I had, because my background is in a professional. I was in pro. I was a VP operations for quite some time. Then I started my own business. Of course, I had quite a few questions with respect to what is happening in my life. Why there's a question of why was always there. So I was always trying to seek questions. I was trying to meet people, looking at therapies, looking at trying to find answers. When I said I was not getting a satisfactory answers or satisfactory reply from any of the masters or trainers or teachers that I met, then I said best thing is to learn something about this science about mind, the science about emotion, the science about thought. We're talking about feelings. How do they originate? What had happened? That's what made me to enrich myself in the journey of life. I would not say that that I have done about close to about 28 modalities. It's all about human science. That's why so much of depth of knowledge available to us, and then the learning has not stopped, and learning keeps continuing as such. And that's how my journey of was seeking started off. So when I started healing my own emotions, when I started healing my own feelings as such, then that's how the journey started off. And I think I was also blessed to get guidance from my wonderful teachers across the world. I've worked between Japan and India, Nepal, in Thailand. I worked of course, in Middle East, and my journey is taken right up to the United States. Of course, I've done a lot of work in the Middle Europe also. So I think I was blessed to be, giving guidance by all these beautiful teachers and learned souls, because they have had so much journey. And I think I was a blessed soul that way to look at it. And I'm ready to
That's really
share my
wonderful.
experiences, share my viewpoints on this.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. Right from body, mind to soul and spirit, and you have worked with sound. I have seen you working with the crystals. I still have your gift with me, so I know that you are working with the crystals, and also from different continents you have been working in. So
That's right.
how was the experience working with different set of people from different cultures, and did you feel that a different set of culture needs a different kind of healing or therapy than the other? Did you ever feel like that, or it's same for everyone as mind
Yeah, see,
and
it depends upon no, I think there's a subtle change. There's a lot of subtle change with the emotions because Shishir, in this case, what happens, everyone has got a different societal upbringing that we call about, because everything has come with a different set of culturing, different set of, frequencies of thoughts and things like that. Like my experience,
that's right.
when it comes to Japan, money is not an issue for Japanese.
Yeah,
It's more about emotions, more about love, more about compassion. So it depends, like in case of Indians, like we are there in the Indian subcontinent. So it's all about money related things. What are the blocks that comes in with respect to abundance? So when it comes to the Middle East, when you look at it, so they have a different connect to the ancestors, what is happening to them. US is more about, power, where am I losing the
correct.
power? What's the growth? So it's more related to career. So everybody has got their own quadrant of things, like I always put this into four quadrants. Like, when you take your life, there are four things that are there. One is your relationship of all kind, personal
Mhm.
relationship, working relationship. Then one is related to your health, which is very important. Then comes your career and business. So whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a pro. Other box that comes with related to money abundance, money, land, everything that comes into. We humans are, working in this four brackets of it. Maybe each one has got a different ratio. Like somebody
Yeah.
is, little less in one, little more in one. So that is the difference that I have felt it, having worked across different continents. I'm blessed to work with in Australia, so I have quite a few clients there. Of course, in
Right,
Asia, there's a different experience. In the Middle
right,
East,
right.
like in Indian subcontinent, is totally different. So they have subtle differences are there. Approach is
Yeah,
totally different as such.
amazing, amazing. The kind of experience that you have got, it's we can't think about it. But yes, we can get privileged to have understand or know your experiences. That's great. So when you are talking about four different quadrants, uh, what do you think? Like, because I mean, each quadrant, I'm sure that each quadrant has something which is where people know, where people can understand that okay, if I achieve this, if I achieve this, I will be called as a successful person. In case of like power, in case of money, abundance. So, what do you think? Like, what is success in all four different quadrants?
Success is something that defined by the individual seeker, Shishir. Like, if I'm taking my own example, when I talk about a quadrant with related to the relationship, what was my relationship with my mother? What was my relationship with my father? What was my relationship with my ancestors? What is the trauma that I'm carrying or not carrying as such? What is the relationship that I have with my co-workers? What is the relationship that I may be having with my partners? What is the relationship I have it with my, the next generation that comes out as such? So what is the relationship that I have? So I think it's a definable thing in a wherein the emotions play a big role in this thing. So
Yeah,
each quadrant, when you talk about it, could be health also. When I talk about all sort of health, I don't define it as only physical health. I'm talking about a mental health. I'm talking about
right.
spiritual health. I'm talking about religious health. So everybody has got a conflict that is going around inside the mind.
Very true. Very true.
So that is a big difference. So everything is something that is definable, and people have to work through. Okay, this is the block that I have. I'm not fitting into the my own space. When I feel, I'm wearing a jacket which is so tight that I can't stay in this jacket. I need to come out of it because either there's a rebellion part of it, or which would like to fit in into that, want to create a new habit about it. What has happened in the past, you can't change it. What you can change is the habit that you can form from today.
That's
So
right.
the focus has to be on that, to understand.
Yeah.
You need to get a wisdom and knowledge why it happened, and now it should be like, okay, now how do we change this? What do I need to change? What are the need to change? How do you change it?
Yeah. So you're right. Like once we identify that area where we need to change, that you are defining as a success, basically. Okay.
Their success
Yeah,
as
that,
such. Like, if somebody says, I will become a vice president of a company, for me, that is success.
yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
says, and I need to own two companies, that is a success.
Correct.
Somebody says, I need to have a holiday in Seychelles, so that's a success for them.
Yeah. So now tell me one thing. I mean, I have come across my friends and relatives who have been like always longing for something, and actually human tendency is to keep finding, to keep searching for something, right? So why it is important? Because let's say I have some $10 million today, and then I need more money.
Mm-hmm.
If I have been to one place and then I want to visit another place. So what do you think, like
Mm-hmm.
why it is important to keep searching, keep exploring? uh, what is your take on this?
See, I think, Shishir, by human default itself is seeker. We have come to the earth, to seek something.
Yeah.
Even though we are aware in our soul level, we are aware quite a good amount of, knowledge, wisdom, everything is there. But, our seeking abilities have not stopped, like, we, if you look at, in every part of it, like, from immemorial, like, you take from the Bronze Age or the, Metal Age, people have been evolving, the technology keeps evolving. We're not content. Like, we say 5G. 4G was there, we're not happy with the 4G. At that point
Yeah.
of time, we are happy. With 5G technology, we want 5G. Okay,
Right.
what comes in next? Okay, I'm going to get 1 terahertz speed. So the human quest for knowledge and expansion, because we are an infinite being, we are literally an infinite being because of the infiniteness that we carry. So we are always seeking for something more because we have the ability to do more.
Right.
That's
Right.
the beauty about
So,
it, because being a seeker, that is an advantage, and we have capabilities. Not that we are limited ourselves. Our limitations are all blocked in the mind. It's nothing to do with anywhere else as such.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really amazing to know your views on this. Actually,
Yeah.
what I was thinking is, when we say that we always want to know something, or when we always want to have something more, actually. So people are not satisfied, and when there is not when people are not satisfied, they are not happy. Okay. So when we say
Mm.
happiness, how you relate this longing to with the happiness? Is this longing which is making people sad, or making people depressed, or in stress? What do you think about it?
See, in this case, what happens, so the happiness is something that once again we say is a definable, quantifiable, things about. Like, we say, we have X amount of dollars and I have $1 million. When I'm going to be happy when it's going to be 1.5 million or 1.2 million. Are we really happy about it? No ideas about it. Because, when the longing, being a seeker, and then, the quest, the hunger for doing more, because we are infinite being, we tend to taking out more and more as such. So happiness is something that, very important for me is to be in the moment.
Mm,
In the sense,
mm,
like, today, if I'm happy with the current moment, rather than, thinking about something else, which is going to happen 5 years later, I would never be happy about this moment is the most precious moment for me. I have
yeah.
to, the whole journey is about, making, about here and now. We are talking about here and now, here and now. People talk about this, meditators talk about this. So many things are happening. Why this is happening is purely because of this thing, they said, stay in the moment. That's where the happiness is there. We are always, seeking, and the wantings, doesn't change at all. We are wanting always. We are changing something. We are wanting always. There is always a constant, this one that keeps going ahead as, it never stops. The things never stop out. So there is a tendency for people to have more and more, more and more, more and more.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, you are absolutely right when you say that. Uh, when you say that people want always more, and the best thing is to be happy, is to be in this moment. But then the difficult
Yeah.
part is, we of course we are in this
To stay in the
moment.
moment.
The body is in this moment, but mind is not never in this moment. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that people would like to know that how to bring the mind in this moment, so that body and mind both stays in the moment and will not go in the future or in past.
Yeah. See, Shishir, in this case, what happens, we have a reference file. There are two things that I have. We have a reference file from the past, because that's the reference file for us, that the way we have lived already, because that is the truth. That's absolutely, that has already happened in the past. Now there is a new thing that's creating, the dreaming, the stage that we call about a dreaming state as such. What we have in the future, what is going to do happen tomorrow. I have a beautiful plan for 2021. I've got so many plans that are going around. I need to travel here. I need to go 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 here. So in this, what happens, we are stuck between two realities,
Correct.
the past and the future reality, which is not there at all. Because the past is gone already. We just have stored the experience. Future, we are trying to create a reality, but we don't know what exactly is going to be. What about the current moment?
Yeah.
The current moment is going to create a beautiful reality for you as a reference file for tomorrow. If you don't create that moment happy as of now, how will you have a happy file from the past?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Absolutely right. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are stuck in these two realities, and the past reality where it's a reference file for us, a record that we keep it, and the future we don't even know, because for future to happen, my past and my current has to be good, right? So for me to have happiness today, if I have to create happiness, I have a reference file. Yes, this moment I had an amazing time with Shishir. I have that memory with me all the time. If I think no, I could have done like this is better, my that is better, my old file is better, that is different. So where am I creating happiness in this moment at all? I'm not creating that file at all. As I
Yeah.
don't create a file, I can't have a reference file for tomorrow.
That's right.
So mind can, like we all know that you're also from the mind science background. You know that in a day we produce about 60,000 thoughts.
Correct.
How many of those thoughts are getting converted into reality? We have no clue about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yes.
may earn for so many thoughts, like I have 10 thoughts at this moment, or 20 thoughts I have this moment. I want to do 20 things at a time, but I can't. My body doesn't support me. My body can support only one thing.
Yeah.
So mind keeps producing so many thoughts, but so many things, but happiness has to be in that one particular action.
Mm.
When I do that, I
Yes.
have something good. That's the time when you're able to stay in the moment. But
Yes.
how do say, because there is no like a push button saying that, okay, now I'm going to push this button into you. So you're going to be there here and now. No, because this body is not, an infinite body. It's an infinite body.
Yeah.
It contains so much of data. It contains so much of information keeps coming out. It downloads are happening, verbal, non-verbal communications are getting downloaded non-stop onto you. So that's the reason, why even if I'm talking to you, Ishir, I think your thoughts are running into 10 other directions. Every word I'm telling you is getting you 10 other words coming out and say, oh, I didn't think about this. Maybe, oh, this is also trying to correlate to it.
Yes. Yes. You're
That
absolutely
the
right.
mind is getting bombarded. It's bombarded with so much of information, actually.
Yeah. So that's
And in
that's the
that, we have to
question
find,
actually. That's the point actually. So like when somebody is in this moment and he has been through a difficult situation lately. Okay, it is very difficult to be in this situation. I mean, at least his mind will not stay in this situation. It will again go back in the time when he was going through all those painful experiences. So that's why, like, I mean, there is, as you said, like there is no push button which you pushed and we come in this moment. So the body has to be trained, our mind has to be trained, so that we understand and we know that, okay, so if we do something, if we are doing this something, we are going to stay in this moment, right? And we are not going back into the into the past, or we will not be thinking anything else about the future. So what do you think, like what practices a person should do so that he can be there in this current moment?
So the
Because it
most
is,
important
yeah.
practice, when I look at, be mindful about it, be mindfulness. Like, first important thing, people talk about, some people complain, no, I can't do meditation. Okay, fine. The best and important thing that can happen, can you be mindful of everything that you do?
Yeah.
Like, I have my pen here with me. Am I mindful about what is that I'm doing? Am I mindful of everything? Am I being aware of everything that I'm doing? Once you bring that awareness, in a sense, try to bring your entire integration, like your mind, body, soul. Like, let me put my thoughts into this pen, when I cannot randomly pick up something. That means that I am not mindful about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
moment my senses are there in this case, when I start bringing the senses into this, I focus my experience becomes complete. I'm a more aware person. I'm trying to see the beauty about, what all is there in this particular pen. Otherwise, if you tell me, I randomly pick up something, maybe I'll tell this is a gray color pen. That's it, nothing else. I may not enjoy the entire, intricacy of the pen.
Right.
So being mindful about, okay, what does that involve? How do I feel it? Can I bring in my senses into this? How do I feel the texture of it? What is the color palette? Does it make me, is my eyes, are concentrating on it? Am I getting some sort of a sensory thing that are happening? How does it make me feel? How is my feeling internally? The first foremost experience is to go through the mindfulness. And it sounds very easy, but we may not be able to practice it. Then comes the meditation which are there. And still there are certain emotions that are coming from the past which needs to be healed upon. Because they have created so much of charge. They've attached so much of magnetites, to that, or it has got corroded. When you have corrosion, the true sense of the metal, the true sense of your own core, it's not there at all. So that trauma, because trauma comes with so much of oxidation. There's completely rusted. Everywhere it's rusted. So how do we clean it up? We have to do a cleansing of that.
Yeah.
These
Very
emotions
thoughtful.
that are stuck, multiple things which are cleansed out, right? When you start cleaning them, when you start firing them, cleaning them, emerying them, rubbing them out. So there's a fineness that comes in, when you do that, then the true metal or the true core, comes out of you.
Yeah. That's really
There are
interesting.
beautiful tools, we have been blessed to have so many wonderful tools that are there available for us to take care of ourselves, not just about food for the body, so that we just, take something, order some meal and eat out as well, because there are a lot of things that are aware that you can start working in. Suddenly people took out, healing, therapy, all these things, and I'm a good spiritual master. Will I be, living out all like, life I'm going to relinquish? No, nothing of that sort. You will be mindful about everything that you do. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be a teacher, you could be a professional software engineer, you could be a pilot, or anybody. So everything becomes, you are more aware of it. So you are able to experience that, enrich that experience. You are going through it. Not that you're not going through it, but you'll be able to enrich that experience.
Yes. So we all
So there
go
are
through.
different tools available for us, which we can put it. Yeah.
So we all go through the experiences in our day-to-day life. Like we subconsciously we experience those things, but we are not mindful about those things. So as you said, like being mindful about everything what is happening inside and outside the body. That is the first thing, first step to
Yeah.
be present in the moment. If I understand it correctly. Coming to
That's
my
true.
favorite topic, which is your favorite topic as well, the sound healing. When we talk about sound healing and what how do you think that this sound vibrations actually heal ourselves, heal the person inside us, or heal the body and mind? How does that happen?
See what happens in each one of us have got a different way of working. Some people require logical thinking. Like, if there is something is going wrong in the life, they need logic to understand, okay, I go back to the event, I try to heal it. I need to have a clear cut guide, okay, now this like a protocol, like a SOP for them, systems, operating procedures are required. You require SOP for everything. See, we are different set of body. Now, our senses work differently. Some of them are totally body work, some of them are body work. What is the advantage of the frequency? Because the sounds, when you are either being in a sound meditation or through sound healing directly on your body, we talk about energy centers, and we talk about 7 energy centers in the body as such, or we call about chakras. Chakras are nothing but energy centers which carry the emotions, which carry emotions of different facets of life that we have. So when these energy centers are storing the old sort of a clogging, you are not able to clear it. And because it's continuous accumulation of, the thoughts which are there in the body. Like I said, 60,000 thoughts are getting produced every day.
Yeah.
Now these 60,000 thoughts, how many are good, how many are bad, how many are void, how many are null, we don't know. And we are not doing any deletion activity. You're not emptying the trash. What has happened? The body starts storing it out. When the body starts storing it out, there's a lot of discomfort that happens with the body. It starts, I start getting discomfort because the emotions getting targeted there. And later what happens, we start getting, why am I got this particular disease? Why am I getting this kind of a medical condition? So what happens with the sound, when the bowels are kept and there's a specific frequency of bowels that have been, when you strike, when you rim those actions directly onto you, what basically happens is, without even having to go back to the story, we don't know why that story is there, Sound goes beyond everything. Sound frequencies, when it's being kept on the body, and then when you start striking it or when you start rimming it, so the energy start releasing from that because stored emotion. And moment you're clearing, you're emptying the bin. So that means you are ready to, get in new thoughts, new ideas, new happiness that you can start it out as. Sound is such a wonderful modality, you don't need to do anything. The
Yeah.
person who's taking the session, you just have to lie down, do nothing. You don't need to be mindful. You don't need to be meditating. You don't need to do mantras. You don't need to do chanting. You don't need to think about the event or situation and go through that. Everything. Moment all kept on that. There's a particular wavelength. When I talk about, I'm going to bring a little bit of science here. Like the way we are communicating right now is in beta state. We are constantly, beta waves that we are talking right now. When we are reading or when you're watching TV or alpha state, what basically is the healing that takes place as such. The sound take into the theta level very quickly. 30 to 40 seconds is what is required, or maximum 2 minutes. The person who finds it fluttering and then I'm not able to focus, I'm not able to meditate, I'm not able to focus on this, immediately goes into a state of calmness. And you would see in many places, you'd see people are snoring. Suddenly in about 7-8 minutes, people are snoring literally. You'd be wondering, what is it that is happening? No, because they've gone into a very deep state of healing. They've gone. Not that they're sleeping, they've knocked out. They're basically getting into the healing mode as such. What is getting healed? They may not be aware of it because there are no imagery that comes. But healing is happening because of the sound frequency that are getting bombarded in the body. Like we say, 80% of our body is the storage.
Yes.
The subconscious mind, people talk about conscious mind and subconscious mind. The body contains 80% of the data. So everything that you're working on the body, it has to release.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
it releases and it goes away. I may move my hand right now. No, it's a theta. It's not a theta wave. It is happening, basically on the alpha or the all the beta wave is happening. When I go into a deeper state of calmness, a deeper state of awareness, when I get into it, the sounds take over and give a brilliant healing on that. What is getting healed, no problem. But at the end of it, they feel, wow, I've gone to a sort of a spa experience. I'm coming back. I'm feeling all the good because so much of bin, the trash bin has got cleared. What they've cleared, they may not be aware of it. Constantly doing this, makes you back and brings you back into the awareness mode, brings you back into the mindfulness.
Yes.
Sound is such a wonderful modality for that.
Yeah, even I have experienced the same. When I do sound healing with others, they feel very, very calm, very peaceful after the session. And they also have told so many times that in some particular part of the body they feel some kind of pain. I'm not sure it is about hitting that blocked emotion or what it is. It is about that or it is something else. So yeah, that's a good insight on sound healing. Since you have been using so many different sound instruments, what do you think? Like, suppose a person who is starting the sound healing, he wants to learn sound healing. Where should he start from?
The easiest way is to look at the bowls, the singing bowls that we talk about. People talk about Himalayan bowls, the Tibetan bowls that we talk about. That is one modality that they can start begin with. And other thing that can come up is other thing that is there. Crystal bowls are there, which are made purely out of silicon. There are other crystal bowls which are made out of pure crystals. Then of course you have the gongs. Then you have sound tables that you have. You have chimes. You have what do you say? There are different instruments that you look at. The healing instruments, or even shamanic drumming is one, because all these frequencies are at theta level.
Okay.
So gongs also there. You have different planetary gongs are available. So I think somebody who would like to begin a journey, I would suggest that they go with the metal, Himalayan or the Tibetan bowls is the first thing to begin with. Later on, they can upgrade themselves to learning something more as such.
Wow, great. Okay, so like taking the vibration to its next step. When you say that crystals, and I know that you are a big fan of crystal, and even I am a big fan of crystals. Like, so again, like crystal is another layer of vibrations. What do you think about that? Is that same as how sound sound healing impact, or it is different? It works differently.
So like Shishir, in this case, because we are a crystalline structure, our body, human body, is 3D. We contain three elements. One is the basically the crystals. First element is crystals. We have a crystalline thing, and then we have the water element which is there, and we have the plant body. We have got amino acids and things like that. So crystals, whatever energy are required, like minerals, whatever we contain, all the minerals are crystallized. Everything comes from there. So there is some shortage happens, when within a body because of the thoughts. Something is overconsumed. Because I'm feeling sad, I'm consuming those many crystals in my body. I don't have self-love. I don't have compassion. Now, what is like a beautiful stone like rose quartz, which is bent for heart chakra, heart center, love and compassion. When this is you're depleting because you don't have self-love, you're not loving yourself, you don't have anything, you're consumed it, you're always feeling sad. And once again, related to the emotion that goes around. What crystals do, when you start wearing them or keeping them around you, or you make a grid about it, or place them beneath your pillow. So when you do all these activities, when you do this, what they basically do is try to bring in that harmony. Whatever the shortfall that you have, you will be able to slowly replenish that, so that your positiveness, whatever that slowly comes back. It's like recharging them, like you're charging it back once again. Slowly you're charging it back so that you're able to replenish that, consume nutrients, I would call it. It can be any. I'm talking about rose quartz. It could be any other crystal for that matter. It could be in citrine, which is basically meant for your power, like it's in solar plexus chakra. Basically, it's all about talking about power, confidence, courage. Okay, something is lacking. Somewhere you're not working out as it. The crystals can aid because sound healing is something that you can't do 24/7.
Correct. That's right.
Crystals, yes, of course, you can wear them throughout the day and night. You can stay with them and sit. Like in a slow dosage of healing that is happening, but they're there with you. They're evolving with you. They're there supporting you in your journey. You can wear them 24/7. They're no harm at all.
Yeah.
Crystal, the bowls, okay, there's a limitation. You can go up to 45 minutes or 1 hour session a day, not more than that.
That's right.
Because it's like a high pump, hose cleaning that you're doing it out. But in case of crystals, they're very soft structure. They work with you. They are aligning your energies. And if you are down, they'll increase that energy. If you are normal, they go in the hindsight. It's like auto balancer that keeps around happening. Crystals are beautiful beings, and once people use them, they would love to carry crystals with them all the time. So that's an amazing thing that happens.
Yeah. So nice to understand how crystal works, sound healing works, and how mind, body, and soul are connected. So I think I'll keep it short, but your views on chakras, I think I'm going to keep an exclusive session with you on chakras. It's going to be a very interesting session when we'll talk about chakras and how to heal them, what are different modalities we can use to heal them. So I'm going to keep another session for the chakra healing because
it's a very interesting thing, because I have, like Shishir, in this case of chakras, just to give an insight to the thing, people talk about 7 energy centers. I talk about 21. So that's an interesting teaser, I would say.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so I'm going to keep a separate
talk about
session.
21. We'll do it whenever time permits, and then it's a viewers thing. So we'll be giving them some more information about it, so we can contribute to their well-being as such.
Yes. So as I have already mentioned that there are you talk about 21 chakras. It is definitely going to help our lot of viewers to release their stuck emotions or to change the way of life, to transform themselves. So I'm sure that this is going to help.
That's true.
And very soon I'm going to keep this one exclusive session on chakras with you. So spare some time for that. And thank you so much. And
no problem.
Thank you so much for being a part of my talk show, being the first guest. So anything, whatever you would like to talk about, to talk to our viewers, I mean, you can say them.
Shishir, like I would always say, create your E3 life. What is that E3? I'm going to talk about it in a short while now. E3 is about, evolve, emerge, and empower yourself. Because, we are stuck in certain things. So we have to evolve from that. Also, we have to also get up. Okay, I'm out of my quicksand, but at the same time, I need to be prepared to, look at it, what should be my next strength area. And after that, what is important? Empowering myself.
Mm.
I always, say that, so that's why always I tell my clients, I said, create your E3 life. That's a program that you should be running with you all the time.
Right.
Because, there is nothing that nobody can come and create our life or your life or anybody's life. We have to create our own life. That's what I call this program in the Create Your E3 life. That is the most important thing, because resources are available. Make use of it. Make your today better. Make your tomorrow even better. Make your life beautiful. Make the surroundings beautiful. Be in harmony with everything that's happening around. We are talking ultimately, what we require, Shishir, is happiness.
Yes. Yes.
End result of all the 4 quadrants I talk about is happiness.
Happiness. Exactly.
For that, so we have to create that, we have to empower ourselves. We have to. There are tools available. There are knowledge available. There is information available. We are all, seeker. We are all, waiting to, share this knowledge with everybody, because it's our own journey. It is not something that has happened. I take from A book or B book. This is applied in our own life.
Right.
When we applied it, and we know how successful we are, how happy we are staying in this moment, how we are able to, tackle the emotion, thoughts, and feelings with the mind and the body. And we would like to definitely get, the same knowledge we would like to share with everybody. And we are here to do this. I would be more than happy to, to keep sharing my, perspective about, different modalities, different, healings available, therapeutic approaches available as such. I'd be very happy to come and share, my thoughts and views about it as such. And thank you for inviting me and making part of this. Being a seeker, it's a nice, beautiful caption that you kept it out as such. I'm very happy for you and wish you all the best, all the success, and many, many more sessions will happen in this. So
Yeah,
wish
thank
you
you
good
so
luck.
much. And this E3 Create E3 Live is
Yeah.
anyone who is interested in creating their E3 Live can contact Vishnu Jana. The website name is Create E3
My
Live.
website name itself is that,
Yeah,
my website name
create3live.com.
itself is that, createyourethre.com. That's it, nothing else.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone is going to explore this new way of emerging themselves. And thank you so much for being a part of this show. Definitely, will be definitely I'll be calling you again and again for your views on heaps of other topics. Thank you so much,
No
and
problem,
we'll
Vijay.
chat again.
Welcome. My pleasure to be part of this program. Thank you. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you.
All the best, we dear viewers. Stay safe, stay healthy. Don't worry about the current situation. Everything will be working out good for you. It will turn out to be better. Use this time to enrich yourself, have a good life, have a good health, and stay safe. And have a wonderful, wonderful 2021.